Dolphins are small-toothed cetaceans easily recognizable by their curved mouths, which give them a permanent smile. There are 36 dolphin species, found in every ocean. Most dolphins are marine and live in the ocean or brackish waters along coastlines. There are a few species, however, like the South Asian river dolphin and the Amazon river dolphin, or boto, that live in freshwater streams and rivers. The largest dolphin, the orca, can grow to be over 30 feet long. The smallest, the Maui dolphin, is just 5 feet long. Dolphins feed chiefly on fish and squid, which they track using echolocation, a built-in sonar that bounces sound waves off prey and reveals information like its location, size, and shape. An echolocating bottlenose dolphin can make up to 1,000 clicking noises per second. Living in pods that can number a dozen or more, dolphins are intensely social mammals that communicate with squeaks, whistles, and clicks. Whether dolphins have language, as humans do, is a topic that scientists have debated for decades. As mammals, they have warm blood and nurse their young. Dolphins have more than one mate, and generally produce a single offspring that will stay with the mother for up to 6 years, depending on the species. Dolphins are graceful, sleek swimmers that can reach speeds of more than 18 miles an hour. They are also playful and often frolic in a boat's wake, leaping out of the water, possibly for fun, to communicate, or even shed pesky parasites. For centuries, people have hunted dolphins for their meat and blubber. Today, their main threat comes from being caught accidentally in commercial fishing nets. Dolphins must rise regularly to the surface to breathe. Becoming entangled in nets prevents this, leading to drowning. For Maine dolphins, warming ocean temperatures because of climate change have caused some of their primary food sources to move into deeper, cooler water. Furthermore, marine heat waves, also caused by climate change, appear to have a negative effect on dolphins' reproductive rates and ability to survive. In addition to hunting and entanglement in fishing gear, freshwater dolphins face the additional threat of dams fragmenting and degrading habitat. The biggest dolphin species and one of the most potent predators in the world are orcas, also known as killer whales. Their familiar black and white appearance makes them easy to identify. Orcas are intelligent and social animals that communicate using a broad range of sounds. Each pod has recognizable noises that its members can identify from a distance. When they meet objects, they make sounds that travel underwater and bounce back, exposing the object's location, size, and shape. This is how they communicate and hunt. Hunger and hunting. Orcas can be found from the polar regions to the equator, despite the fact that they frequently visit cold, coastal waters. At the summit of the food chain, they consume a wide variety of foods, including fish, penguins, and marine mammals like seals, sea lions, and even whales. Their teeth can grow to a length of 4 inches. They have a reputation for grabbing seals off the ice. They also consume seabirds, seafood, and squid. Orcas forage in deadly pods, extended families of up to 40 animals. Both permanent and migratory pod groups of orcas seem to exist. These various organizations might target various animals and employ various catching methods. While transient pods hunt for marine mammals, resident pods typically favor fish. All groups engage in efficient, teamwork-based hunting methods that some have compared to wolf packs' behavior. Other teenage females frequently help the mother care for her young because orcas are protective of their young. Every 3 to 10 years, after a 17-month pregnancy, mothers give birth. One infant is delivered at a time, and that infant may suckle for up to 2 years. The relationship between the juvenile and mother usually weakens over time, and the young orca ultimately goes its own way. However, in some pods, the juvenile may live its entire life with the pod it was born into. Orcas are highly intelligent, sociable mammals that have long provided entertainment for visitors to maritime parks by putting on shows. But it's becoming more and more obvious that orcas do not do well in confinement. They have developed the ability to swim up to 40 kilometers per day while exercising and looking for food. They perform several daily dives of 100 to 500 feet. All orcas have the same inherent desire to swim far and dive deep, regardless of whether they are born in the wild or in captivity. Orcas in captivity can't get that kind of variety from artificial enclosures, which makes them bored and stressed. According to study, orcas in the wild live in close-knit family groups and have a sophisticated, distinctive culture that is passed down through the generations. Orcas are maintained in artificial social groups in captivity. Orcas that were hatched in captivity frequently move between facilities, disrupting their social networks. 12 shark facts that may surprise you. Sharks lack skeletons. Sharks filter the air in the water using their gills. They belong to a unique class of fish called elasmobranchs, which is a scientific term for creatures made of cartilaginous tissues, the same kind of clear, grisly material that makes up your ears and nose tip. Rays, sawfish, and skates are also included in this group. They are buoyant because of their large livers, which are filled with low-density oils, and their cartilaginous skeletons, which are significantly lighter than real bone. Sharks have no bones, but they can still become fossilized. Most sharks add calcium ions to their skeletal cartilage as they get older to make it stronger. Shark teeth that have dried out have a solid, weighty appearance and feel similar to bone. The majority of shark skeletal structures can fossilize quite well thanks to these same minerals. Since the teeth have enamel, they are also visible in the fossil record. Most sharks have good eyesight. The majority of sharks have excellent night vision, good color vision, and good vision in dimly lit regions. The tapetum is a reflective tissue layer found on the back of shark eyes. Sharks can see incredibly well in low light thanks to this. Sharks have special electroreceptor organs. Sharks have a few tiny black spots close to their mouth, eyes, and nostrils. These areas are the ampullae of Lorenzini, unique electroreceptor organs that give the shark the ability to detect electromagnetic fields and changes in water temperature. Shark skin feels similar to sandpaper. Because placoid scales, also known as dermal denticles, are tiny teeth-like structures, shark skin has the exact same sensation as sandpaper. When the shark moves, the scales that face the tail help lessen drag from the water around it. Sharks can go into a trance. A shark enters a trance-like condition known as tonic immobility when turned upside down. This explains why sawfish are frequently turned over when our experts are studying them in the water. Sharks have been around a very long time. Sharks are thought to have first entered the water around 455 million years ago, according to fossil scales discovered in Australia and the United States. Scientists age sharks by counting the rings on their vertebrae. Concentric sets of opaque and translucent bands are present in vertebrae. Scientists determine a shark's age by counting band pairs in the manner of rings on a tree. Therefore, it is believed that a vertebrae is 10 years old if it has 10 band pairs. However, recent research has demonstrated that this presumption is not always true. The deposition rate may vary over time, so researchers must investigate each species and size class to establish how frequently the band pairs are deposited. Validation refers to figuring out the actual pace at which the bands are deposited. Blue sharks are really blue. The blue shark usually has snowy white underneath and a brilliant blue hue on the top of its body. The blue pigmentation of the mako and porbeagle sharks is also present, but it is not nearly as vivid as that of a blue shark. Most sharks are brown, olive, or grayish in color in reality. Each whale shark's spot pattern is unique as a fingerprint. The largest fish in the water are called whale sharks. According to some calculations, they can reach a height of 12.2 meters and weigh up to 40 tons. The second largest animal in the world, basking sharks, can reach lengths of 32 feet and weigh more than 5 tons. Some species of sharks have a spiracle that allows them to pull water into their respiratory system while at rest. Most sharks have to keep swimming to pump water over their gills. Just behind the shark's eyes is where its spiracle is located, which immediately nourishes its brain and eyes with oxygen. When at rest on the seabed, bottom-dwelling sharks like nurse sharks and angel sharks use this additional respiratory organ to breathe. When the shark uses its jaws to chew food, it also uses it to breathe. Not all sharks have the same teeth. White sharks have triangular, serrated teeth, while mako sharks have very pointy teeth. Each one leaves a distinctive, distinguishing imprint on their prey. During its lifespan, a sandbar shark will have about 35,000 teeth. Different shark species reproduce in different ways. Sharks display a wide range of breeding strategies. There are viviparous, bears life, and oviparous, lays eggs, types. Oviparous species produce eggs that, after being deposited, grow and hatch outside of the mother's body without any parental care.